Hello, I'm Rachel and I'm a Heal Your Birth practitioner. I work with women to help them to resolve birth trauma, difficulties around both giving birth to their own baby and sometimes with their own their own experience of being born. And I was just reflecting on the symbiotic nature of the mother and baby relationship. So in utero, during the birth process, and even as a newborn, there is a real sort of constant communication that's happening between the body of the baby and the newborn. So we know that in utero, everything that passes into the mum's body goes through the bloodstream, through the placenta, into the baby. But during the birth process, there is this communication that's happening between their bodies. The labour actually gets started when a substance is released from the baby's body, and it promotes the production of the hormones that in the mum's body that start the labour. And even as a newborn baby, it's really important that the baby is close to the mum's body, because her body helps to regulate the heartbeat and the temperature of the baby and the breathing of the baby. So there is this symbiotic relationship, this communication, all of this that's happening. It's almost like they're one system for quite a long time. And so it makes sense that if their bodies are communicating in this way, that if the baby is picking up physically all of these things from the mum, then they're going to pick up on our emotions as well. And they do, and often when we're pregnant or giving birth or when we're looking after a newborn, we're not in the best emotional state that we would want to be in. Life happens, things come up, we might not have a supportive environment, or we might be working through emotions or memories or things that come up, and so we're not necessarily in the best place that we would like to be in order to to support our baby in the best way that we can be. And I say that without any kind of judgment. We don't need to judge ourselves. And in fact, it's really important that we are as compassionate as we possibly can be towards ourselves, and know that we do the best that we possibly can in any situation, given the circumstances. Yeah, it's really important not to beat ourselves up because we weren't as we didn't cope as well as we would have wanted to, or we weren't in the best frame of mind, because shit happens, and we have, through no fault of our own, stuff happens. Okay, but having said that, our emotional state really does affect our baby, and it can also affect our relationship with our baby, and it can, that can last long after they're out of the baby stage. Sometimes because we didn't have the best start, the start that we would have wanted with our baby, the relationship can feel strained, it can feel compromised. Our child's behavior can be, resistant towards us, or, there can be all kinds of things that can happen. And when the way that we come into the world is really important, and it leaves a massive imprint on us and on our babies. So the patterns can be created through that process and through the experiences that they had at that time. So though it's really important that we don't beat ourselves up, that we are really, really compassionate, that we don't blame ourselves. There's no blame or shame necessary here. But what we can do is we can go back and we can change how we feel about what happened. We can go and work with that younger version of ourselves, and we can release things, we can resolve things, and that can have an amazing impact on our baby, on our child, on our older child, You know, it might be many years since you went through all of that, but you notice that, you know, it's the effects have reverberated through the years. And I've seen like really quite miraculous kind of effects of doing this work um, on the baby, on the child, without even having to be in the session, just by mum going back and working on all of this, all of what happened back then. It can really have a profound effect on, you know, what's happening in the here and now. So if you would like to know more about how Heal Your Birth can help you, can help your child, then feel free to get in touch and we can have a chat and work out if Heal Your Birth would be right for you. Look forward to hearing from you.